and that's energy, gold, snacks, and plants, and uh, a pet, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I usually try to get 10 dealer pets, and I usually hatch my pets out to people. Um, and that's why I make sure that I have those stats because not a lot of people know how to make pets from scratch. So, and I'm one of those people. I have hard times making pets from scratch, but uh, I usually trade hatch my pets, which is basically where if say that I have take it for instance, my ice has a triple double ice pet. Say that I needed a myth triple double.
Yeah.
I would try to find someone who has a myth triple double that would want my ice triple double. Or if I have other pets that they might need, I would trade it. And that's how the trade process begins. And basically, you guys work together to make sure that both parties get their pets done. Um, it takes a while. When I remember making my first max stat pet, it was my fire pet. And this was before I knew recessive talents and I knew that having a certain, say, like Sprite, make
Mm-hmm.
cast Sprite, that is a sticky talent to get rid of. It was before I even knew about that, I would be hatching my pet that had a Sprite on it, and I would wonder why it kept getting the Sprite back if the other person has, if it doesn't, if they didn't have the talent on their pet.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that took me over like 3 months just to get my fire triple double to 10 dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's honestly it's a hard process. I do have a guide on it that I made. If you guys want that, I don't know if you want me to link that or anything like that. If people want to check that out, it basically gives information on uh, gear wise stats that you might want or prefer. It gives the snacks that you should be using, and it gives plants that drop those snacks, along with kind of like a small tutorial on how to make a pet from getting it off of someone else.
You
I don't know if
can
people,
put that link in the Discord and I'll put it on to the stream if you need to.
I will do that for people. Because me and Ryan worked on that, and it took at least a month for us to make that because we had to gather a whole bunch of information. We had to set it up. There's if it's not just a guide for level 100s, we did like think about what would be another good like other two levels that people would want to work on pets, and we said level 70 and I believe level 30 were a good like place to have, just so like if people aren't level 100 and they're around that level, that's something that they could look forward to when they hit that level.
Mm.
I can uh link it here, just give me 1 second. Do you guys have any questions?
In chat.
Yes, in chat.
Do you guys think there'll be another pet level? Did you already answer that one?
What was the question?
Do you do you guys think there will be another pet level?
Like, as like teen, adult,
I think that's
ancient,
what they
epic.
mean.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll add another one because at Ultra they don't really give you anything
Uh huh.
besides and like if there's like a jewel that has it that needs to be Ultra, they'll that's basically the only thing for Ultra, except for it also gives a jewel that may or may not be helpful.
Yeah.
They might, and this is just a big might, that they might increase the stats. Like right now, I believe it's 255, 250, 260, 260, and 250. In the past, we have seen where in tests they would increase one of the stats. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a big surprise if they do because it's been a few years since the school ornaments came out that gave us the max stats. So who knows, we might get higher, like, max numbers either this coming year or the following year. We never know.
Yeah.
But basically, the best. way to get a pet that you want is making sure that you hatch with someone who has those talents. And you have to make sure that those talents follow into your pool. So it's always best to screenshot the person you're hatching with, just so you can look back and be like, all right, what do they have in their pool? And you can kind of compare it to your previous pet to the pet that just hatched from hatching with them. And you can be like, all right, what has changed? What was added? What wasn't added? And hopefully that you get the talents that you are looking for. One of the biggest questions that I get throughout, like, whether it's on Twitter or on Discord, is how do I increase my stats? And you simply can't do it alone unless you have pets that have higher numbers. Basically say that if I wanted my power up and it was like 230 and I wanted it to be 250, I would need to hatch with someone who has the power of 250. You may not get the 250 through a first hatch. Your power might move from 230 to maybe 245. It will not always come out to be 250. It might take a couple hatches in order for your numbers to increase. So don't get discouraged if you've hatched maybe once or 3 times and it still hasn't gotten to the numbers that you want. You have to continuously continue hatching because it is a hard process, and a lot of people fail to make pets because they give up so quickly.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that you cannot do. You cannot give up. You have to you kind of just have to work through it. You have to push through it, and you got to keep going because eventually you will make the pet. How I make my pets in 8 hatches, it is based off of luck. I get lucky real quick, but it's also because I have more knowledge on how to make sure that I get what I need. I usually make sure that I have an ancient base because the more talents you have on a pet, the more likely it's going to match up, if that makes sense. So if you have 3 out of the 5 talents that you need, the 2 talents that aren't showing up may show up in the next hatch. Does that make sense? So say if I have Pain Giver, Proof, Defy, and I need School Giver and School Dealer, if I hatch with someone who has a Mega Pet that has the triple damage, double resist, those 2, School Giver and School Dealer, might show up in the next hatch. But it's always good that if you're gonna take a pet, if you have an ancient pet that you're hatching with, if you take the following pet and you get it up to epic and it gets everything you need except for 1 talent, it's always good to do a backup hatch, just so you have like the better base you have, or the more base talents that you have, like an epic base, the better it is for you to have to get all the talents that you need. I am very horrible at explaining without pictures, so I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gold, how much it costs may depend on. It depends on your how many what's it called? I have to look. It depends on your overall score on your pool. So like when you go into your talent section and you see an ultra rare that has 3 points, I think that's what it's called. Ultra rare has 3 points, rare has 2, uncommon has 1, epic has 4. If you have a lot of epics, the amount of gold you're going to need is going to be higher because you have a lot of points for your DNA. My triple double ice has 68 points, which is because I have a lot of epics, which there's 3 of them, and then I also have 4 ultra rares in the pool as well.
Okay.
so that increases the stats. But if you're looking, like, if you have triple, double resist, I'm gonna say the most gold that you will probably need throughout hatching is probably about 50 to about 55,000 gold. So it's not gonna be like you need like 100,000 gold to make the perfect pet. No, the most I've ever spent is probably 55,000 per hatch.
Let's see. What time is it? It's 3:20. I really don't know where Mike is. Mike's not streaming right now.
No, he's not.
Is he sleeping?
He could be sleeping.
Okay.
That could be what he's doing.
Okay. Stream. Just know, this is not my fault. These people are bad with times. At 4 o'clock. Zenzidia. That's her call. I could go back to pirate, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Go back to pirate for a bit. Chill. Because I have those companions. They're pretty cool. What else is there? Tara's not streaming anymore, so we can't crash her stream. What else can we do? We already did Darkmoor. If Mike...
You could quest.
I could quest. Right, I could quest again. Oh! Big yawn. Ugh. Right. I have Rogan. Rogan needs leveling. All the leveling. Talk to Onyx Rainsun.
Oh, you might want to edit the streaming schedule.
Yeah.
Because Frostcaller didn't make it because he has life situation stuff that he has to do.
Yeah. I need to edit a lot of stuff.
At this point, I think we should, like, with the schedule, I don't think we are going to go with what the schedule says. I think we're just doing everything at random times, which is okay.
No.
But it's the basics of what we're doing.
It's fine. Any other time, YOLO! This time, shh. Don't let them notice. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
It is time to fight some spirits.
Where is your character in question?
It's an Avalon.
I kinda had to leave.
Not Avalon, sorry. It's Azteca.
Mike said I kinda had to leave short notice. Be back in 10 minutes.
Okay. Where is this at? There you go. I don't know if you want to help. If you want to help, there you go. Don't look at my pet. You'll be ashamed.
Oh, he's in Azteca.
Yeah. I said Avalon on accident.
Okay.
I'll blame my lack of sleep. How about that?
You might want to heal.
Shh. No. We're okay here.
You're
Everything's okay.
I love how there's a whole bunch of health lists and you didn't get any.
You don't know that?
I can see it on the screen. There's 3 floating around you.
No, the screen ends! I was gonna cover it up, but...
There's nothing to see here. Move along.
Here, we'll just, oh no. We'll just, there you go. I don't know what you're talking about. It's nothing there.
Did you move it to cover up your health?
Nothing
890.
Shh, nothing here. I think it'd be so funny if I was wearing a green shirt. Okay, so
Do I need to come in and kill
I
you?
like thinking that I can have fun with my streams and